Everybody Loves Raymond cast. Then and now, 2026. Shocking updates and tragic loss. You remember the laughter, but do you know what happened after the cameras stopped rolling? The Everybody Loves Raymond cast faced shocking transformations and heartbreaking losses, changing everything fans thought they knew. Monica Horan as Amy McDougal. Monica Horan's Amy McDougal often seemed like the calmest presence in the chaotic Barone family, but her real life after Everybody Loves Raymond followed a steady and quietly successful path. Born in 1963, Horan continued acting in projects such as Enlightened, The Bold and the Beautiful, and Better Things, showing a career built on consistency rather than constant headlines. One of the most interesting details about her life is how closely it remains connected to the show. She is married to Philip Rosenthal, the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, and together they have two children. Unlike many sitcom stars chasing reinvention, Horan's transformation is subtle, a life balance between acting, family, and long-term creative collaboration. Madeline Sweeten as Allie Barone. Madeline Sweeten practically grew up on television, playing Allie Barone for nearly the entire run of the series. Born in 1991, she spent her formative years in front of cameras, a transition that can be difficult for many child actors. After the show ended, Sweeten continued acting, appearing in series like Grey's Anatomy and Lucifer, gradually shaping a career on her own terms. Off-screen, her life entered a new chapter when she married Sean Dury, and in 2025 the couple welcomed a son, marking a major personal transformation from child star to mother. Her story isn't about scandal or sudden fame, it's about growing up, surviving loss within her family, and continuing forward with resilience. Fred Willard as Hank McDougal. Fred Willard brought Hank McDougal to life with the same effortless comedic timing that made him one of Hollywood's most beloved character actors. Born in 1933, Willard had already built a long career in film and television long before appearing on Everybody Loves Raymond, and he continued working steadily for decades, appearing in comedies, talk shows, and voice roles. In his personal life, he was married to Mary Willard for nearly 50 years until her passing in 2018, and he often spoke about family as his greatest priority. Willard died in 2020 at the age of 86, leaving behind a legacy of humor that shaped generations of television comedy. Sometimes the most lasting transformation isn't fame, it's becoming unforgettable. Katherine Hellman as Lois Whelan. Katherine Hellman appeared as Lois Whelan, Amy's sharp-tongued and deeply traditional mother, a character who brought a different kind of tension and humor to the Barone universe. Born in 1929, Hellman had already built a remarkable career long before Everybody Loves Raymond, with memorable roles in Soap, Who's the Boss, and numerous films and stage productions. Unlike many sitcom actors, her transformation wasn't about reinvention but longevity, decades of steady work that made her one of television's most respected performers. Off-screen, she was married to actor David Christian for many years and lived a relatively private life. Hellman passed away in 2019 at the age of 89, leaving behind a legacy that stretched far beyond one role, reminding fans how enduring great character actors can be. Doris Roberts as Marie Barone. If Lois Whelan brought sharp edges, Doris Roberts defined the emotional heartbeat of Everybody Loves Raymond. Born in 1925, Roberts had already enjoyed a long career before stepping into the role of Marie Barone. But it was this character that made her unforgettable to millions. She won 4 Emmy Awards for the role, proving that comedic timing only sharpens with age. Even after the series ended, she continued acting, reuniting with former castmates and appearing in film and television projects well into her later years. Off-screen, Roberts was a mother and had been married twice. She passed away in 2016 at age 90, and her death felt like losing a familiar voice from the living room, one that had been part of family nights for years. Peter Boyle as Frank Barone. And then there was Peter Boyle, whose portrayal of Frank Barone turned blunt honesty into an art form. Born in 1935, Boyle was already a respected actor long before the sitcom, appearing in films like Young Frankenstein and Taxi Driver. Yet to a generation of viewers, he would always be Frank, the gruff father whose insults somehow carried warmth beneath them. Castmates often described him as gentle and welcoming in real life. the complete opposite of his on-screen persona. Shortly after the show ended, Boyle died in 2006 at age 71 from multiple myeloma and heart disease, leaving fans and colleagues stunned by how quickly time had moved on. Of all the losses connected to the series, his passing was one of the first reminders that even television families cannot stay together forever. Brad Garrett as Robert Barone. Brad Garrett's Robert Barone was the towering, unlucky-in-love brother whose dry humor became one of the show's defining elements. Born in 1960, Garrett had already built a career in stand-up comedy before Everybody Loves Raymond, but the role earned him multiple Emmy Awards and made him a household name. After the series ended, he stayed busy with television roles, voice acting for major studios, and a continued return to stand-up, proving his comedy roots never faded. His personal life also changed over the years. After divorcing his first wife, with whom he shares 2 children, Garrett remarried in 2021. What's striking is how his career never relied on one role alone. He evolved, adapting his humor to new audiences while still carrying the spirit of Robert Barone. Patricia Heaton as Deborah Barone. Patricia Heaton brought Deborah Barone to life with a performance that felt real, sharp, and relatable, earning her back-to-back Emmy Awards. Born in 1958, Heaton didn't slow down after the show ended. She went on to star in successful series like The Middle and later Carol's Second Act, building one of the most consistent post-sitcom careers among the cast. Off-screen, her life remained grounded. She has been married to actor David Hunt since 1990, and together they raised 4 sons. Heaton also explored writing, releasing a book about reinvention and second chances, a theme that mirrors her own journey. Deborah once struggled to be heard in a loud family, but Patricia Heaton's career proved that persistence can carry a voice much further. Ray Romano as Raymond Barone. At the center of it all was Ray Romano, the man whose own comedic voice shaped Everybody Loves Raymond from the very beginning. Born in 1957, Romano transformed from stand-up comic to Emmy-winning star, and long after the show ended, he continued building a respected career in both television and film. He appeared in series like Parenthood and films including The Irishman, while also lending his voice to Manny in the Ice Age franchise. In his personal life, Romano has remained remarkably steady, married to his wife Anna for decades and raising 4 children. Perhaps the most surprising revelation came years later, when he rewatched the entire series and saw it with new eyes, almost like a fan himself. Time didn't just change Raymond Barone, it changed how Ray Romano saw his own legacy. Nearly 3 decades after Everybody Loves Raymond first aired, the laughter remains, but the lives behind it have changed in ways no one could have predicted. Some stars built new careers, some stepped quietly away from the spotlight, and some left us far too soon, reminding us how precious those familiar moments on screen really were. Now we want to hear from you. Which cast member's story surprised you the most? And which moment from the show will you never forget? Let us know in the comments.